Hi, and welcome back to the Consultant Counselor series. This is where I tackle parenting questions to help you feel more connected, less stressed, and more mindful in your day to day with your child. Today's question is, how can I best support my child who identifies with the LGBTQ plus community? My friends, even if your child does not identify as this, I want everybody to listen in. This is not to try to change your mind. This is just to provide you with education. And I want you to know that LGBTQ plus youth are four times more likely to attempt suicide compared to their heterosexual and cisgender peers. Now, regardless of what you believe, what's in your heart, what's in your religion, I hope that you as a person do not want to see children lose their lives because of the way that they feel inside their own bodies. So it's with that intention, with that actual statistic from the Trevor Project's national survey on LGBTQ youth mental health, which was done just 2 years ago. It's with that I lead these answers for today. I know that this can also be very political, and where our nation is today, things are a changing. So it's even more important to, as a parent, to love on our kids, regardless of what they identify as or who they like. So the very first thing is to be patient with yourself. Understand that supporting your child is a learning process. And if you don't identify with this community, it's going to take a lot for you to learn. I always say, especially in my therapy practice with the youth and families that I work with, when our kids are born, even before they're born, we already imagine things. For my son, I always imagine myself dancing with him at his wedding. For my daughter, I imagine myself going to Sephora and doing shopping for makeup as she gets older. So we already have these stories and these narratives in our heads. And it's because of this, when those narratives are shifted or are cracked or broken based upon what we have, that's where we feel a little uncomfortable. But we have to understand that our kids can choose their own lives, even if it is different from the ones that you lead. So, after first being patient with yourself, the second is lead with love and acceptance. Ensure that your child knows that they are loved unconditionally. And depending on how old they are, I know for a while it's easy for them to push you away, which then makes it easier for us to stay away. However, they're going to need that unconditional love. You can educate yourself, just learn about different experiences and what's out there. Doesn't mean you have to necessarily agree with them, but just having an understanding helps you empathize with your child, and that's going to go a long way. And recognize the challenges they face, because when we acknowledge the difficulties that they can encounter, such as discrimination or bullying, they're going to need our support. And because of that, it's more important to connect them with support, whether it is with a therapist, with a group, a community, that they can learn more about what they're experiencing and not feel alone, so that it doesn't lead to what we first started with, how again, LGBTQ youth are four times more likely compared to other youth to fall to the hands of suicide. At the end of the day, our kids just want to feel loved and want to feel accepted, and that love and acceptance coming from their parents goes a long way. So I hope that this helped. If you think it could help another mom or dad friend, be sure to share this video with them and hit the subscribe and notification button so that you don't miss the next video. If you have any questions for the Consult a Counselor series, you can always DM me at Counselor V De Jesus on any platform, or you can ask your question anonymously by going to the show notes and hitting the link there. And remember, in a world where we are free to be anything, we are always free to be mindful. Catch you next time.